So we'll start by sitting down on the ground. Cross your shins, flex your feet underneath your knees. Sit up tall on the two sits bones at the bottom of your pelvis. Bring your hands to your legs. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it out. Take a moment to quiet your mind by focusing all of your attention on your inhales and your exhales. And slowly come to open your eyes, letting the light gently back in. From here, on your next inhale, we're going to reach your arms all the way up. Look up towards the ceiling, looking up towards your hands. On an exhale, twist your torso to the right, bringing your left hand to your right leg, your right arm behind you. Take another inhale. Use your hands on your leg and on the floor to lengthen your spine. And then on another exhale, twist around even further to the right. Looking behind you, remaining even on both sits bones on the ground as you're twisting. Continue to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. With each inhale, lengthen your spine. And with each exhale, try and twist a little bit further. And slowly unwind from your twist, reaching your arms up once again. Look up towards the ceiling, looking towards your hands. And then on your next exhale, twist in the opposite direction, bringing your right hand to your left leg, your left arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Once again, exhale and twist even deeper. Continue to twist each time that you exhale and remain here. Slowly unwind from your twist once again. Reach your arms all the way up. On your exhale, bring your hands down and place them behind you, bringing the tops of your fingers to the floor, fingertips facing away from your body. Your elbows are pointing behind you. Take another inhale and open your chest towards the ceiling, looking up and using your arms to help you open your chest. So press your arms into the ground and then press your chest open towards the ceiling, opening your shoulders and your shoulder blades, looking up. Feel your shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other as the center of your chest reaches up and forward. And slowly release from your arch, bringing your arms down by your sides. From here, come onto your hands and your knees. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders. Your knees are right underneath your hips. Spine is neutral or flat, looking down towards the floor. Inhale, tuck your toes and arch your back, looking up and forward, spreading your shoulders wide and collarbones apart. This is cow pose. Take an exhale, untuck your toes, curve your spine in the opposite direction, and look towards your thighs for cat pose. Inhale, tuck your toes for cow pose once more. Feel your back arching, spreading your shoulders and collarbones, looking forward. Exhale and tuck your toes, come back to your cat pose. Reaching your upper back towards the ceiling for a curve and looking behind you. Inhale, come back to your cow pose. Exhale, come back to your cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, arch and look up. Exhale, curve and look behind you. Inhale and arch. Exhale, one last cat pose. And from here, come to a flat back, neutral spine. From here, tuck your toes and move your hands forward. As you bring your head down to the floor, gently slide your hands even further forward and coming to a melting heart yin pose. As you're here, open your chest towards the ground, opening your armpits towards the ground. And remain here for several breaths. Gently lift your head up, take your left arm, thread it underneath your right, and bring your left temple to the ground for a twist in this pose. Gently unwind from your twist and come into a twist on the other side, taking your right arm, threading it under the left, bringing your right temple to the ground, and twisting here. Slowly bring yourself back up to your hands and your knees, and then gently you're going to lower yourself down onto your belly. Untuck your toes, bring your forehead to the floor and point your elbows up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your head and your shoulders off the ground for a low cobra. You should be using your upper back muscles to help you. And then on your exhale, lower your head back down. Inhale, lift your head and your shoulders once more. Exhale, lower down. Last time on an inhale, lift your head and your shoulders off the ground. And slowly lower your head back down. This time on an inhale, press into the ground with your hands lifting your head and your shoulders, and then your entire torso off the ground for a Cobra arch, Bhujangasana. Hold here. If this is too intense of a back bend for you, you can stay in your low arch, come back to your low Cobra arch that we just did. And then on your exhale, wherever you are, lower yourself back down onto the ground. From here, lift yourself off of the ground, coming back through your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes, press into the ground with your hands and your feet, and straighten your legs into downward facing dog. Now, since this is the first downward dog of the class, we're going to add some movement. So gently pedal your legs, alternate bending and straightening your legs. Every time you straighten your leg, press your heel down towards the floor and feel the back of your leg getting a nice stretch. You can even get into your hips here by twisting slightly, keeping your hands and your arms where they are, just warming up the legs a little bit. And slowly come to stillness in your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your inhale, raise your heels all the way up and bend your knees generously. Look forward and take as many steps as you need to come to the top of your yoga mat. Bring your hands to your shins. Look up halfway for Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, you can fold back down. Feel free to bend those knees if your hands do not touch the floor, and relax your head over. On your next inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up, look up towards your hands. And exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Inhale, rotate your upper arms around and raise them all the way up. Exhale, slightly bend your knees, fold forward. Bring your hands to the floor, relax your head. Inhale, hands to your shins, look up halfway. Exhale, fold back down all the way, bring your hands to the floor. Inhale, come up to standing with a straight back. Reach your arms up. And then on your exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. Clasp your hands together at the small of your back. Straighten your arms and open your chest up towards the ceiling, looking upwards. Exhale, release yourself from the arch and release your hands. Inhale, rotate your upper arms around and raise them up once again. Exhale, slightly bend your knees, come to a forward fold, hands to the floor, head completely over. Inhale, hands to your shins, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, come up to standing, reach your arms all the way up, looking towards the ceiling. Exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Clasp your hands together at the small of your back. Open your chest up towards the ceiling, straightening your arms, reaching your hands down and your chest up. And then exhale, release your hands, release your body from the arch. One more time. Inhale, rotate your upper arms around and raise them up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold, hands to the floor, relax your head over. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to standing once again with a straight spine, reaching your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Clasp your hands together at the small of your back. Straighten your arms. Open your chest up towards the ceiling. And then release yourself from the arch and release your hands down. Inhale, rotate your upper arms around and raise them all the way up. Exhale, slightly bend your knees, fold over, hands to the floor, relax your head. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, press up into half forward fold. Exhale, when you fold back down, bring your hands flat onto the floor and step back 1 foot at a time into plank. From here, lower your knees, untuck your toes, and lower your whole body onto your belly. Elbows pointing up. On your inhale, lift your head and your shoulders off the ground, your entire torso, using your hands and arms. Hold for a moment in Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Feel the stretch in the front of your body. Exhale gently. Release yourself down onto the ground. Tuck your toes and press yourself through hands and knees into downward facing dog. Hold your downward dog, breathing deeply. Inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Take as many steps as you need to come to the top of your yoga mat for a half forward fold. Exhale, fold back down, relax your head. Inhale, come all the way up to standing and reach your arms up. Exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Once more, inhale, rotate your upper arms all the way around and raise them up. Exhale, bend your knees slightly, forward fold, relax over your legs. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, look up halfway. Exhale, forward fold, plant your palms flat onto the floor. Step back 1 foot at a time once again into plank and hold plank. On your next exhale, send your hips up and back into downward facing dog and hold here. Inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, look forward, take as many steps as you need to come to the top of your yoga mat for a half forward fold. Exhale, fold over your legs once again. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reaching your arms all the way up. And exhale, release your hands down by your sides, standing up tall. Inhale, rotate your upper arms all the way around and raise them up. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, looking up. Exhale, plant your palms on the floor. Step back 1 foot at a time into a plank. Bring your knees to the floor, lower your whole body down. From here on an inhale, we're going to hold Sphinx. So place your forearms on the floor, palms are flat. And then from here, press into the ground with your arms and elbows, looking up. Spread your shoulders and collarbones wide apart as much as you can here. Keep the tops of your feet on the floor. Your toes are pointing behind you. Hold here and breathe. From here, gently bring your hands back down underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes and press yourself up into downward facing dog. From here, on your next inhale, raise your right leg all the way up behind you. Bring it forward in between your hands. Your knee is directly above the ankle on the right side. Press into the ground with both of your feet. Raise your torso up for high lunge on the right. Lunge forward into that right leg. Keep the back leg nice and straight. Reach energy up through your arms. On your exhale, plant your palms flat onto the ground, framing your front foot. Step right back into downward facing dog. Straight into the other side. Inhale, reach your left leg all the way up behind you and bring it forward. In between your hands, knee is above the ankle. Press into the ground with both of your feet. Come up to high lunge, reaching your arms up. Energy coming out through the top of your head, pressing down through your legs as well. Hold and breathe. And on your next exhale, bring your hands down to frame your left foot. Step right back into downward facing dog and hold here, breathing deeply. Inhale, raise your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Step to the top of your yoga mat for a half forward fold. Exhale, fold over completely. Inhale, come up to standing with a straight spine, reaching your arms all the way up. Exhale, release your hands down by your sides, standing up nice and tall. Inhale, rotate your upper arms around and raise them all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, plant your palms flat onto the floor, step back 1 foot at a time into plank. Hold plank, breathing here for a moment. And on your exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, raise your right leg all the way up. Step it forward in between your hands, bringing your right knee directly above the right ankle. This time, set the back foot down at 45 degrees. Align your right heel with your left arch. Press into the ground with both of your feet. Spin your arms around for warrior two on the right side. Hold and breathe here. Lunging forward into your right leg, your left leg is straight and energized. Energy is going down to the ground through the outer edge of your left leg and through your heel into the floor. And you're lunging forward into your right leg. Take one more deep breath in your warrior two. From here, turn your palm to face the ceiling, reach forward, up and back for reverse warrior on the right side. Your left hand is resting on your left leg. You're lunging forward into your right leg, and your right arm is reaching up and back on the diagonal. On your next exhale, slowly come back through warrior two. Spin your hands down to frame your right foot and step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg all the way up behind you and bring it forward in between your hands. Your left knee is directly above the left ankle. Set the back foot down at 45 degrees. Align your left heel with your right arch. Spin your arms around to warrior two on the left. Hold your warrior two, lunge into that left leg. Your right leg is nice and straight and energized. Hold and breathe. On your next inhale, turn your left palm to face the ceiling. Reach forward, up and back for a reverse warrior on the left side. Your right hand is gently resting on your right leg. Your left arm is reaching up and back on the diagonal. And you're lunging forward into your left leg. Come back on an exhale through your warrior two. Spin your hands down to frame your left foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Hold here and breathe. We'll repeat that sequence once more. Inhale, reach your right leg up behind you and step it forward in between your hands. Knee above your ankle. Set your back leg down at 45 degrees. Align your front heel with your back arch. Come into your warrior two. Reach your arms out in opposing directions, lunging forward into that right leg. Hold here, breathe. On your next inhale, turn your palm to face up. Reach forward, up and back with the right arm. Rest the left hand on the left leg. Reach your right arm up on the diagonal behind you and keep lunging forward into that right leg for reverse warrior on the right side. Gently come back through warrior two. Spin your hands down to frame your right foot and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your left leg all the way up behind you. Step it forward. In between your hands, set your back foot down at 45 degrees. Align your heel with your arch. Reach your arms out to the side for warrior two on the left side and hold here. On your next inhale, turn your left palm to face the ceiling, reach forward, up and back. For reverse warrior on the left, reaching your right arm gently down on your right leg, reaching your left arm up on the diagonal, lunging forward into that left leg. Hold here for a moment. Come back through your warrior two, spin your hands down to the ground, step back, downward facing dog. Hold for several deep breaths here. From here, send your right leg forward in between your hands, once again bringing your knee directly above the ankle. Set your left knee on the floor and untuck your toe. Hold here, pressing your hips down towards the floor, breathing deeply here. Tuck your left toe, press into the ground with your hands, and send your right leg back. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, take your left leg and step it forward in between your hands. Bring your knee directly above the ankle, set your right knee down. Untuck your toe, press your hips down towards the floor to feel a stretch in the front of your right hip and your left hip socket, and hold here. Tuck your right toe, step back, downward facing dog. From your downward dog, bring your knees down to the floor and come to a seated position. Once you're seated, bring your feet to meet each other at the center line of your body and bring your knees out to the side. Hold onto your feet with your hands. Sit up tall on a deep inhale. And then take a deep exhale and fold forward. Looking down towards your feet. If you would like a deeper hip stretch, you can place your elbows on your knees and gently press them down towards the floor. If not, if that's too intense, you can just remain in the forward fold. And wherever you are in this stretch, just relax here. Slowly come up out of your forward fold. Bring your legs out to the side. Flex your feet, and your knees and your toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. So your feet are flexed. Your knees or toes are up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then on your exhale, walk your arms forward, bringing your torso down any amount that you can today, looking down towards the floor in your forward fold, and remain here. Walk yourself up out of your forward fold, and we'll come to lying on the ground. Take your right ankle, cross it over the left thigh, bring your right knee out to the side. Hug your legs in, holding on to the hamstring with your hands, keeping both of your feet flexed. And remain here in your stretch, feeling a stretch in the outer edge of your right leg by your glute. Gentle stretch in your low back as well, and your hamstrings. And just hold and breathe. Release your hands from your leg, uncross your ankles, and switch sides. Take the left ankle, cross it over the right thigh, knee out to the side. Flex both of your feet as you lift your legs off the ground and hold on to your hamstring with both hands. Gently pull your legs in towards your shoulders, being kind to your body, not too forcefully. Feeling a stretch in the hamstrings, the low back, the glutes, and the piriformis muscle on the left side, which is up on the side of your left leg up by the glute. And hold here, relaxing as you breathe. Release your hands from your thigh and cross your ankle, and we're going to take a Savasana. Straighten your legs, separate them apart, relax them out completely. Bring your hands down onto the ground by your sides and turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Close your eyes and begin to deepen your breathing. Inhaling deeply in and out through your nose. Quiet your mind here, focusing all of your attention on your inhales and your exhales. Remain here in your Shavasana. Bring some slight motion back into your body, gently moving your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs. Bend your knees and roll onto the right side, resting there with your arm underneath your head for support. Use your hands to help you come up to a seated, cross-legged position. Cross your shins, flex your feet underneath your knees. Bring your hands to your legs. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. And a deep breath out. And bring your hands to meet at the center of your chest. Bow your head to your fingertips. Namaste.